All right, our comment question of the day comes from Sharon Smith. She said, and I repeat, I know you both are into movies, and maybe you guys could do a top 10 of your favorite TV show finales, or maybe just movie plot twists on the end, ending plot twists.
So just do like 10...
Like a list.
Okay.
We can go back and forth, maybe.
Yeah, all right. Do you want to start, or you still got that sentiment in you? Okay. So I guess I want to start with a TV show finale. From one of my absolute favorite TV shows. My favorite sitcom. Well, it's like it's a single cam. I don't know if I want to call it a sitcom because it doesn't have that sitcom feel, but Scrubs. Scrubs has one of my absolute favorite finales. Now, the real Scrubs finale, not the season 9 Scrubs interns piece of crap that ABC tried to do. I'm talking about the season 8 finale where it's like 12 minutes of where JD... Okay, spoiler alert, by the way.
We're doing finales.
Yeah, spoiler alert should be
you
like
can skip
obvious.
to like here.
You can skip like all the episode if you actually care about that. But anyway, JD, he's leaving the hospital, so it's this big emotional like arc of him walking out of the hospital and saying goodbye to everyone, and there's this huge slideshow that plays through all of his best moments on the show and his future and everything, and it even made me emotional watching it. And I watched it on Netflix after the show had been over for a few years, and it was absolutely fantastic. And then it ended with another 8 minutes of just showing the cast and crew interacting, and it was just beautiful. Well, you just down like an entire
Yeah,
bottle.
I did, because, man, I still tasted like cinnamon paste in my mouth. It's like, oh, man. Okay. So, one of my top 10 would probably be I think it would have been season 4 of The Walking Dead. Just because in a cinematic viewpoint, you know, the different shots of the beginning. Okay, also spoiler alert if you haven't gotten to season 4 of Walking Dead. The fight at the prison with the governor's town versus Rick's gang. And just the fact that it all starts off like, you know, the whole season's the build-up of this fight between these two people and the kind of people who they become. And then it starts off with a surprise, just killing one of the main characters right off the bat. That's how they start the war. And it just, like, takes you from, like, you know, all right, they're going to fight. And, like, you know, you don't know who's going to die because it's going to be this huge fight. You know it's going to be a huge firefight because there's, like, a tank and a bunch of gunmen and things like that.
Oh, crap.
And then all of a sudden, one of the main characters, Herschel, just dies. Gets his head cut off. And everyone's just, like... You just see, like, all the shocks and all the actors' faces and things like that. Like, all the tight shots, and it gets all real intense and stuff like that. And it makes you, like, want the fight to happen. And then once it finally happens, you feel like, you know, I don't know, like, happy that it's happening. Like, it turns it from, like... Yeah. It turns it from, like, emotional... that you don't want to see any of the main characters get killed or whatever. And then as soon as, like, you know they're going to start dying, like, when you see Herschel die, you're like, all right, it's on. Like, you want to encourage them to fight. So that's, like, probably one of the most exciting finales that I've seen.
Oh, crap, this fell. Screw it. Anyway, I want to start with I want to go through a plot twist now, and this is the one I recently saw too. Tarantino's my absolute favorite director, as I've said before, and I recently watched Reservoir Dogs for the first time, and there's this huge twist in the end where you find out that one of the main characters, one of the guys who's doing the robbery, now the entire plot of the movie is that they go through this robbery and they suspect that someone's a rat because the police showed up like right on time. And one of the main characters who gets wounded in the beginning, who's part of this gang that's like robbing the place, you find out in the end that he was the cop on the inside.
Oh.
And it's just one of those moments where you're like, holy crap. And it's just, it's a beautiful movie. So that's one of my favorite plot twists for sure.
I'm really trying to think of another one. So it could be any TV show or
movie, yeah.
Well, I've been watching a lot of, like, typical ending TV, like, movies, like, you know, superhero movies and things like that. So it's like, they're not really plot twists because everybody knows, you know, what's going to happen in a superhero movie.
Yeah, everyone knows that, like, the heroes will survive and the villain will die.
Yeah. What are some TV shows that I don't even remember.
I know another, like, TV show finale that I really love is Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah, you can tell all about. I don't know anything about Breaking Bad. You tell all about Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay. Breaking Bad, if you've watched the show, you know how beautiful it is. It starts off with Walter, you know, he gets diagnosed with cancer, obviously, so he has to start cooking meth. But he doesn't have to, he just chooses to because one of his former students does it. And he ends up. Are you having fun with that fridge?
Yes.
But he ends up throughout the series becoming more and more of an awful person, and in the very end, in the finale, just seeing him come to terms with the fact that he did it all for himself. Because throughout the entire series, he's like, "Look, I'm doing this for the family," and then in the end, he just goes, "I did it for me. I was good at it, and I had fun." So, so in the finale, there's this beautiful shot. The ending shot is just him walking through a meth lab before he dies, and it's fantastic. All right, your turn.
My turn.
You gotta do 2 in a row now.
Probably not the most. I don't know. Probably not the most plot twisty or whatever, but interesting to like sit and think about. Is probably a TV show called Lost. It's series finale, the whole series, and it's because a lot of people this TV show had gotten to a point where it got so complex that people were trying to think of these really interesting, complex ways that they could end Lost or whatever, and I feel like they did kind of very happy medium ending to Lost, where it didn't make the super fans too angry at it, and it didn't make the casuals, not be able to understand what happened. It kind of, the whole point of the Lost TV shows is it's about the journey, not about the destination.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like how we got to love these characters and how they went through their struggles and how they overcome their problems, and it just kind of shows that in the end, when you're dead, it's all about what you did during your life. It's not about getting to that point where you finally, die in the end. Yeah. So it's like they all kind of see each other and they all kind of realize like, hey, we're all the same now because we all went through this journey together and we all had our different problems that we got solved in different ways. So it's kind of interesting and kind of like a reunion feeling,
Yeah. Okay, what's another?
Let's do a movie. What's a good movie that I watched recently? This isn't really good for me because I don't watch a whole lot of movies.
Oh, I watch tons of movies. And it can also be any TV show, just finale in general anyway. Even like season finales, because you did the Walking Dead season finale. So. Finales are hard because like TV shows, it's hard to do a good finale on a lot of shows. Honestly, some of the best finales are from like canceled shows where they end on either an ambiguous note or they end because they have to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Firefly. I know. Firefly. Yeah, another really good one, another really good TV show finale is Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah, you can do that one.
Parks and Rec was absolutely fantastic because at the end of season 6 they do this time jump of 3 years into 2017. So the entire season 7. When NBC announced that they weren't going to renew Parks and Rec, it was about, they were in 2017, and the time jump worked throughout the entire season. It was beautiful. And then in the final episode, which was an hour long, they just went through all these characters, what they did over the rest of their lives, up to like Jerry, Terry, Larry, Gergich, whatever you want, whatever they changed his name to him becoming mayor of Pawnee and actually dying, and just seeing all these characters and seeing all these cliches and seeing all the side characters return too, except for Mark Brandanowicz. Thank the Lord, he was the most terrible character ever on that show, and I'm so glad they got rid of him after season 2. Wish they would have killed him off, but that's just a little harsh. But season 7 just wrapped everything up beautifully, and for a sitcom like that, it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do on a sitcom.
I love how they managed to find a way to find like something that's been so goofy and like non-story driven sitcoms like that and The Office and things like that, and actually have a good, decent
The
ending
Office,
to.
I didn't like the finale.
I don't remember. I feel like that was one where they drugged the ending fuse way too long.
Well,
it was like
mainly because the entire season 9 just revolved around Pam being this awful person.
Yeah.
Like I understood where she was coming from with the whole fact that Jim was he was trying to start up this company, but he wasn't there with her. But she still wasn't being supportive or wasn't making it known to her. And the fact that she almost freaking cheated on him just made me... And then they kind of resolved it in the last episode. I hated Pam throughout the entire last season of The Office. I could not stand her. Which made me really sad because Pam was one of my favorite characters before that. And they made me hate her. So it's really hard to do a good finale to a sitcom. But Parks and Rec did it beautifully. And I always stand by my opinion that Parks and Rec is better than The Office.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that.
Just because the characters are more developed and even though there are those characters that you don't like what they do, you still like seeing them on screen. Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You are? He's not ready.
What did I get myself into?
Oh my god.
That's a lot of cinnamon.